Good morning, class. So, this is my first class of home science with you in class 12. We have not met in class 11, but I think very soon we will be meeting as schools are reopening. So, hence, we'll get a lot of time to study the subject in class as well as do the practicals, not online, but very much in the lab that we have. So I'll give you a brief idea about the home science syllabus of class 12 today before I start or begin teaching this in my next class. So to begin with, we have a theory section which you will be examined on in ISA, and it comprises of 70 marks. The practical section comprises of 30 marks. So hands-on practical will be conducted, as you know. So in the 70 marks, let us see what all theory topics we need to study this year. So to begin with, the first topic which we will be studying is about food preparation. That is the different methods and techniques we use. That is dry method of cooking. What is this dry method of cooking? Baking, microwave. These would be the dry methods of cooking. The wet methods of cooking. The wet methods of cooking, that is on the gas burners where we pour water, etc. and cook. Then the new developments that have taken place in technology which helps us to cook. So here we will be classifying the methods of cooking, then how to use, then keeping the environment friendly nature. We also have to remember that we need to know about solar cooking and biogas, because both of these are environment friendly methods of cooking. So and of course very cheap also, because these are made, biogas, as you know, is made from biodegradable substances which we throw away. And solar cooking is also very cheap because, as we all know, sunlight doesn't have a price. So keeping these things in mind, we need to know about solar cooking, biogas, and how to use a microwave, which is the modern technology, saves time, very fast, and also a nutritious method of cooking. Then, before we start cooking, we need to do a treatment of the food, which we need to know about. That is cleaning, washing, peeling, cutting, whipping, soaking, the different terms and what each term implies. That needs to be taught to you. The treatment of food before cooking. Then after the food is cooked, as we all know, food is made up of different food groups. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats. So what is the effect of heat on carbohydrates like starch, sugar, pectin, cellulose, then proteins, minerals, vitamins? So what is the effect? We need to know on them. That because we know carbohydrate may coagulate after cooking. So what will be the right method and the right temperature of cooking carbohydrates? Then we have to remember that we must try our best to retain the nutritive value of food. Yes, it's not possible for us to eat raw food, raw cut vegetables, etc. We have to cook them. But at the same time, we have to remember that we must cook them in a healthy manner so that the nutrition part is not lost. So there are many ways by we can retain the nutritive value of food, like through sprouting. You know, we sprout many dals. We sprout mainly the pulses, then germination, fermentation, Now, idli, dosa are methods of fermentation by which we get a healthy food. Parboiling, semi-boiled, combination foods, very important in our life because they are very nutritious. Example, khichdi. Then substitution, puffing, like when we puffed rice, which we call as murmura, that is also very nutritious. Liming are some of the methods which we will study, which will help to keep the nutritive value of food. Then the second topic which we need to know about is storage and preservation of food. The next topic that we can begin with in our syllabus is management of agricultural products, means how to store and preserve the different agricultural products. Like for example, food generally gets spoiled due to moisture, microbes, insects, rodents, and due to improper handling of food. So preservation of food is very important. This way we can save a huge quantity of food which is produced in the agricultural sector. Because as we know, agricultural sector produces food which is easily perishable. So for this reason, we must know and learn about preservation methods as to how to store the food so that it can be used in the best possible manner when it is out of season. So a general method, a general idea about storing of food at home, simple methods of preservation which will stop the growth of bacteria, microbes, and also not allow any bacteria or microbes to go and spoil the food. That can be achieved by dehydration, refrigeration, salting, using of sugar, lime, vinegar. So all these are simple methods by which we can help to preserve the agricultural produce. The third topic which we need to study in class 12 is meal planning. It's a must in every family because we have people of different age groups in the house. So each one needs food which will contain different food groups. For example, an elderly person, we should avoid fat, while it is very important for a young child who's there in the family, because this will give him energy. So for this reason, different food groups have to be studied, and what type of menu needs to be given according to age, occupation, physiological condition, personal likes and dislikes, seasonal availability, economic consideration, very important, because everybody cannot afford expensive items, religious beliefs, family size, all this needs to be kept in mind while planning a menu. Then for different age groups, we have to do meal planning like preschool children, school age children, and adolescents. So when we do this, we have to keep in mind, because some of the problems which is generally noticed in adolescence is nervousness, which causes anorexia nervosa, bulimia. All these are different food problems seen mainly in adolescents, and this results in obesity. Then we have to stress on the fact and explain how or know how breakfast is important for us, the regular meal patterns, how to avoid junk food, skipping of meals, then what sort of a special diet needs to be given, or change in diet when a person is suffering from therapeutic diet, when a person is suffering from fever, diarrhea, diabetes, obesity. So a daily menu planning has to be done for them. That is a therapeutic diet. Next topic that we need to study this year is about resource management. That is at home, how to best use the resources that a family has. That is how to prevent fire, electrocution, poisoning, all the safety measures which needs to be taken at home. Then food adulteration, We have to know about food adulteration, because there are laws which we are not aware of, which will protect a consumer from buying adulterated foods. The government has taken measures, we must know about them, that how to deal with adulterated foods, that what all measures can be taken, actions can be taken, that by which we can stop adulteration of food under the Prevention of Food and Adulteration Act. The next topic that we study is consumer protection. How to protect the consumer. For this, the government has come up with standard marks like FPO, AgMark, ISI, Wool Mark, how to identify whether a food is vegetarian or non-vegetarian, how to care for garments, fabrics. So Consumer Protection Act needs to be studied, because many a times a consumer is sidetracked or is swayed away by false advertisements. So we have to be careful about it. That is, a consumer faces problems, so he must be educated regarding his rights, and he must know that when he buys a product, what all marks must he look for to see that he buys the right product. The next topic is about human development, which mainly deals with adolescence. That is, what all physical development is seen in an adolescent, the changes that takes place in his body, which changes him from a child to an adult. A very difficult phase in the life of a child, where he undergoes cognitive and many types of different language development. Socio-emotional development is very important in an adolescent, and the different perspectives from the adult point of view regarding the growth of an adolescent will be taught under this topic. The last topic that we need to study this year is textile and clothings. That is, how to select clothes, how to care for them by the different laundry methods, dry cleaning, different types of clothes, how they are to be cared for, like wool, silk, cotton, how they need to be washed, stored, etc. will be taught. So this is the theory portion of our syllabus. Followed by this, I next give you a brief idea about the practicals that we are going to do. In the practicals, we have a planning session where we need to plan different menus. The candidates will be expected to plan menus for a party at home, maybe to pack a lunch box for any of your friends when you're going on a picnic, how to do table setting, how to pack a picnic hamper, a food basket, how to do flower arrangement. If you have a party at home, all this needs to be undertaken in the practicals. Then most important is how to plan a balanced menu. Menu is not just keeping some items. We have to see that it includes all the food groups: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins. It is a nutritious menu. So if we have any special occasion at home, picnic, if we go on a journey, or if we are planning a menu for a festival, we have to keep in mind what sort of a festival it is, because different festivals celebrated in India has different types of food. Like certain foods are made for a particular festival, while for the other one we need to make a different need to plan a different menu. So these will be done in your practicals, and after the practical work is done, a file has to be maintained. So this is an overview of the complete syllabus of home science, which we will study this academic year. Thank you.